All right, I want to do a little overview of the Stinger Cigar Topographic knife that I received in the mail today. Looked like a great product. I asked a couple questions to the company about the product itself. Didn't really receive a response, so might as well just go over it today and kind of compare it to the knife that I carry every day with me, which is a Cutco knife. It's a little pocket knife, 3-inch blade. Does what it needs to do, but it does dull relatively quickly. The process of how I sharpen this knife is a long process. I do have one of those automated electronic sharpeners, and it goes through belts, and it is just a process to actually sharpen. Can I get this super sharp? Absolutely. But like I said, it's the time, it's the effort, and it's the will to do it. But the difference between this and the Stinger knife here is pretty great. So the Stinger knife obviously utilizes essentially one of those trapezoid razor blades, and it's relatively easy to replace. So you don't have to go through a lot of effort. Yes, it is the 2 screws that you can kind of see there to take it off. I wish that was a little bit of a better process to clip it in instead of having to keep this around, because you know what's going to happen to this little Allen wrench. It's going to get lost. You're not going to know what to do, or you're going to have to dig around your tool chest to find it just to replace that blade. So I would recommend something a little bit easier of a process instead of 2 screws to hold that on. Maybe some kind of clip of some sort, but other than that, the knife itself is pretty. It's beautiful. I don't think that this is real carbon fiber. It's probably just a texture thing. I'm a huge fan of carbon fiber, so if that was real, I know that that would increase the value of it and, of course, the price of it, but no big deal. I still like the look of it. It still feels really nice. Now, as far as size goes, obviously you can kind of see that my pocket knife, it's a little bit bigger when it's closed, so maybe by having some kind of option that, you know, doesn't have maybe like that bottle opener might be good, but otherwise it is pretty functional. I know everybody can pretty much use a bottle opener in their day-to-day or whenever they go to parties. When you open it, it's about the same size as my Cutco knife, and you wouldn't think so, that when you flip it open it's like, oh, it's going to be so much bigger, but no, it's about the same size, maybe a little bit more compact. Okay. Some of the downsides with my Cutco knife: it is locked in place. I cannot close it. It is one of these where if you press this button, it will go ahead and close, and when you get to a certain point, it kind of it stays shut. All right, unless I'm playing with it in my pocket, which I tend to do, and I just, you know, open and close it and do one of these. When I open it, it is going to lock in place, and it is not going anywhere. With the Stinger knife, that's one of the downfalls that I am not a fan of. You have literally a razor blade at the end of this, and I can just sit here and push it down. There's no spring action whatsoever, and it's just going to close. There's nothing that's actually spring loaded on this whatsoever. There's nothing also that's holding it open. So if this is in your pocket and it just so happens that you're trying to take it out and this bottle opener catches on the interior of your pocket or whatever, and this opens, well, you got a sharp point there. You have a razor blade that is going to essentially cut the hell out of you. So that is one of the downfalls. Also, if you are using it, this feels really nice in the hand. I kind of like that where you would normally put what would be a cigar right here to cut that cigar, right? Because that's one of the features of it. It actually has a nice function of putting your finger right there, and essentially you would be holding this shut. But depending on what it is you're cutting, right, like, you know, with my Cutco knife, I could be cutting like heavier rope or whatnot. I want that knife to be staying open so that I don't actually cut myself. But if this thing is relying on me and my thumb to hold this open while I'm utilizing this, well, that could mean that this is going to come down on my finger, And mind you, that Band-Aid is actually not from this. I did not cut myself on this. But this could essentially come down, and guess what? I'm gonna have some bloody knuckles here. So I wish that this did have some kind of back, or in some knives where it has like a little piece of metal here that will spring over and actually hold this open for safety purposes. That would be another good recommendation there, because I want this to stay open. I want it to be safe. And when I put it down, I also want something that will actually keep it down as well, to keep it safe in my pocket. Other than that, I mean, this thing is razor sharp. I mean, that's what his job is to, you know, cut things, and it's going to do it in a way that any razor blade will. And what's really nice about it is that you can basically go to any store or online to your favorite A to Z distribution center and order hundreds of these little razors in probably whatever kind of fashion that you would like. And it's, again, pretty easy to replace, provided that you have this tool here and you got an extra set of screws in case you lose them. But overall, I'm going to carry it with me. I'm going to see how it actually works. For the most part, I do, you know, open up mail. I open up boxes. I open up, I cut down, you know, cardboard boxes from that I get from Amazon or online to put in the recycling bin. So it's going to be used basically every day, and I can provide an update at that point. But other than that, it looks like a great tool. I'll follow up with a couple weeks of use, and yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you so much, Stinger. Really appreciate it, and I'll give more feedback. Have a great day.